like the content, hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow us on our social media channels. We're at the Mandatory TKO. You can find us as well wherever you get your shows, podcasts. We're there as well. Leave a rate and review. Give us a 5-star. That always helps the channel grow. And you can see in the description below the ways that you can connect with us as well. This was nasty. One of the best knockouts that I think I've seen this year. What do you think, Brian? Like, the power was crazy.
It's up there for me.
Hold on, is he in the rankings?
Yes.
Okay. Use your computer. Use your set computer in the rankings for what you do. There you go, Brian.
So
this is Brian's favorite part of the show, by the way, guys.
It is. Weight is he again? Is it a super lightweight or lightweight?
It's super lightweight, I believe.
Is he not in the rankings?
That's what I thought. Well, he's 15-0, isn't he? With 13 by knockout.
That's why I'm like, I could have sworn he's not ranked. Hold on.
He should. Well, this is why I wanted to ask you this.
What he bet? Well, to be fair, they might not have updated these yet. Super lightweight. He did start at lightweight. That's why I thought.
And it's super lightweight though that he should be ranked in.
40 now. It's funny. He was interested in the winner of Regis Prograis and Jojo Diaz, which is a fight that's supposedly coming up soon.
Which, by the way, I'm actually very excited for that fight. Although I do feel like
that's a fight right there, and that's not even shade. Like I love
that fight. Yeah. I love that fight. And so, but here's the thing: I think Jojo Diaz was at his best when he was fighting at 130. Jojo Diaz was. Ranked? This is what I'm saying. Like this is updated, right? It must be because Xander Zayas was updated.
Well, that's the champion, so that's a little different. They didn't update the rankings underneath because that's on the organizations and stuff. To your point, though, Jojo Diaz beat Tevin Farmer when he was at 130, and Tevin Farmer, that was when he was tearing up. Like everyone the IBF was sending at him. He was like the most active champion in the sport at a period of time, and he beat him convincingly. And then Tevin Farmer was on like a 3.5-year layoff or whatever it was before he came back and fought his way back to contendership. Jojo Diaz, unfortunately, gave up his title on the scale because he was overweight, and then he went on a big losing streak. So I actually think if Regis Prograis doesn't win that fight, then he's done. Like he should beat Jojo Diaz. That said, Emiliano Vargas versus the winner of that, sign me up.
We said the same thing. Like I would love to see that fight. So Emiliano Vargas to me, he's really coming up, and I think he has all the skill sets, and he has the superstar qualities. Brian, he has it all. He checks off every box, and the power. This was one of the best knockouts this year. It seemed like he had a rock in his fist. Like, I don't know, Brian. Like this knockout was crazy, and it was like in slow motion. And I think, honestly, a lot of people should be watching out for Emiliano Vargas in this weight class. But I think a lot of these guys are going to be moving up too, right? Like by the time Emiliano Vargas gets in the top 5 of these rankings, like a lot of these guys will have moved up, like Teofimo Lopez, right? Subriel Matias, all these guys. I think maybe like I don't know. Do you think Gary Antoine Russell is going to move up to 147 at some point?
Somebody's going to fight Subriel Matias first. Because Subriel Matias is trying to fight everybody. He's trying to fight Hitchens. He made like a supposedly handshake $100,000 bet. They were talking. They had this very ring tried to say was heated back and forth. It looked super respectful. Like these guys are like they have this understanding. Like, yeah, we're gonna fight each other. You know what I mean? I could in fact play the video if we want to.
By the way, I think we should just like add like a Puerto Rican flag in our logo at this point because now we're talking about Subriel Matias.
Well, he's in the division, and it's
I know. I don't mind. Like I'm a big fan of Subriel Matias as well. And even though
a lot of Puerto Rican boxers also.
I do. I've said this before. I even like the Puerto Rico baseball jerseys. I said this to you. They're my favorite.
Oh, World Baseball Classic 2026. Yeah. I can't wait. I'm gonna try to get out there for some of that. They're doing it at a bunch of different places. Ryan Shepard says, I think they said he'll be ranked in the next rankings. Yeah, whenever they update, it's not always after a fight. Organizations tend to do this once a month, so maybe we're just not at that period yet for the WBO. As a matter of fact, boxing scene.
They're always on top of it, though. Boxing scene does a great job, guys.
Yeah, WBO updated July 22nd, so that means we're probably not going to get another one for a couple weeks at least.
Or Or maybe even on August 1st.
The WBA looks like they're going to get theirs soon because they just did theirs July 1st. The IBF shortly after. So we'll see. In the sport, it varies, but Emiliano Vargas, the reason why I looked at the WBO is because the top rank. Yeah. But like, so Real Matias, to bring it back, he wants to fight Teofimo and Gary Anton Russell and Richardson Hitches probably at the same time on the same night on the same card. He doesn't give a shit. So I think with Emiliano Vargas though, there's a lot of fights you can give him. The Regis Prograis one.
That's the one that I want to see him against, or even Jojo Diaz. Like I've always liked Jojo Diaz. I liked him at 130 pounds though, and like I said, I think that was his best weight class. So even because I don't know what Regis we're gonna get, and Jojo Diaz also was very vocal about what he was going through, and he said he's clean now. He figured it all out, right? So Jojo Diaz is doing a lot better mentally, and also like he's not indulging in all of his vices from before. So, shout out to him. So I want to see what type of Jojo Diaz we get. But if Regis Prograis loses this fight, he should retire.
I might say the same for Jojo Diaz, considering the amount of losses he had in a row. To your point, though, where I thought you were going to go with this is like Emiliano Vargas could actually fight the loser of that fight, too. And it'd be interesting given he needs some names on his resume. Like this was the most experienced guy he fought. And he got him out of there 42 seconds with a pull counter right hand with the slightest pull in a pull counter. Paulie Malignaggi, by the way, had said like he thinks Emiliano Vargas is like a future face of boxing type of dude. And I wanted 100%. To ask what you thought about that because I think you agree. It's not even just the fighting, but it's also, the clean suits, the shades, the look overall, the robes, obviously. Like he does feel like somebody who's going to be in main events for a while at his peak.
Yeah, and this is why I said he has that superstar quality. He has it all. He checks off every box. Emiliano Vargas is going to be one of those Vargas brothers that's going to be a massive face of boxing. And here's the thing. It's like now we're getting to a period in time in boxing. We'll talk about this as well because we're going to talk about the Ali Act a little bit later on. But we're getting to a point in boxing where a lot of the guys like Canelo, Bud, like they're getting older, right? You got some young guys like Dimitri Bivol's older, Beterbiev's older, Canelo's older. Like all these guys are older, and it's like, okay, who's up next? Obviously, Bam Rodriguez is there. He's a young guy. Oscar Collazo. This is a Puerto Rican podcast, so we got to mention. Oscar Collazo's there, but like even Tank is like he's 30 years old, right? Emiliano Vargas though is young, and he's coming up, and he's going to be one of those faces of boxing, and I think he's going to be polarizing, just like Oscar De La Hoya was, just like Canelo Alvarez was. Like I could see him being one of those guys.
Vargas is 21, which is scary. He's the best. So young, he's the best of the Vargas kids. Yes, I think they're all talented, but he's clearly, like, no disrespect to the others, he's clearly the best one. He's 21. Xander's 22, about to be 23, just got his first world title. But Vargas, a year from now, he also might, because Xander's currently, I think, the youngest world champion in boxing, at least for the men.
Emiliano's going to be the youngest.
Yeah, like he could be a year from now, assuming he's not even ranked, so he needs to be like real active. And if it's Regis, first of all, if he fights Regis, it might not even be this year, so he might need another fight before that, because that fight, like, I don't know if Regis is going to fight 2 more times this year. You know what I'm saying? And if you're looking at, let's just say the WBO, like I know Jermaine Ortiz has a fight coming up. Jermaine Ortiz versus Emiliano Vargas. I can see Top Rank just calling Jermaine back. Be like, hey, you want one more bag?
Yeah.
Let's see if
I hate that for Jermaine Ortiz, though.
I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I want better for Jermaine Ortiz. I don't want him to be just an opponent. I think he's legitimately really skilled and underappreciated, and he's gotten a raw deal probably twice. I thought Lomachenko beat him, to be clear, and as a Teofimo, but I thought the scorecards were just kind of a little bit disrespectful, specifically given that Teofimo didn't do much in that fight either. I thought Jermaine Ortiz could have done more. Jose Ramirez, like
I thought about that, but I think Jose's done.
Yeah,
like I think Jose's done. Like after what we saw in that Devin Haney fight, no action at all. Like I think, and Jose Ramirez is one of my favorite fighters of all time, but I think he's done, and I think Emiliano Vargas would knock him out.
Worth noting, I agree with that. Worth noting, Liam Paro listed here. Apparently, he's moving up to welterweight. So there's a,
Really?
yeah. Apparently, that I just saw that before we got on. That he's looking at, which I thought about it because he's like not like a huge puncher, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? He won a title at 140, so this makes sense. And welterweight again, like Mario Barrios has a title.
Oh
Manny
my God,
Pacquiao
yeah.
almost won a title. Like Liam
Yeah.
Paro could actually,
Can you guys
and
believe that?
Boots is leaving.
Yeah.
So like Liam Paro actually, like, he could be Liam Paro 2 division world champion. Imagine. By the way, yes, somebody mentioned Subriel Matias fighting Dalton Smith next. I think though, like the reason I mentioned Paro is because he's number 4. He leaves, and if you're sliding everyone else up, then there's Emiliano Vargas' spot right there. Like you could just put him right there at 15, and maybe even higher than that if you want, and you could make some fun fights out of that.
Okay, so let's go back to the rankings really quick, and let's kind of put a bow on this Emiliano Vargas talk. Brian, from the names you see there, who would you like him to fight?
Ooh.
Let's build a pathway to his title. That's what I actually want to do.
And since he's not in the WBO, he doesn't have to, like, we don't have to, like, we could pick from anywhere.
Yeah.
There's some good
I love the Jermaine Ortiz one.
Just not for Jermaine.
No, but I think that's like a really good name. Matter of fact, you might as well just fight that Canadian Steve Claggett. Is it? Hey, like Steve Claggett was tough. All right. This is really interesting.
Here's a good one. Cletus Selden. I'm dead serious.
Or even Oscar Duarte.
I'm dead serious. Duarte fights Kenneth Sims next. Although I think he could fight the loser of that fight, not the winner. Because I think.
How do you feel about Kenneth Sims, by the way? What's your take on?
It's gonna be a tricky fight for Duarte, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's a layup for him.
I think I would angle for Emiliano to get the loser because the winner's gonna like be positioned for a potential title fight or mandatory fight or like a bigger fight after. Obviously, they're Emiliano's not there yet, but I think someone like a Cletus Selden, because he has a fun fight style, that can go toe to toe with him. But obviously, you would think Emiliano Vargas' class, like Cletus Selden could use a big fight. And Angel Fierro, who lost to Isaac Cruz, who was supposed to get the rematch, like someone like that.
Yes, I would be down for that.
You want somebody who's been in there with some other guys where like you need like a measuring stick fight if you're Emiliano Vargas.
By the way, since we're here, Arnold Barbosa Jr. and Alberto Puello should fight.
Ooh.
That's a great fight, dude.
We're nerds. Look at the fight we're reacting to.
We're like, oh my God, let's have a fight party. Like nobody else would have a fight party. That's a good fight.
We would do a post-fight show for that,
dude. No, we should. You know, okay. What I love,
Antonio
Delgado. You guys, but I love Lindolfo Delgado. I think he's a good fighter, and I keep on forgetting. Like I keep on forgetting that he's in this weight class for some strange reason, with all of these names, because he's not getting like massive fights.
I saw on my timeline that Emiliano Vargas apparently went back and forth with Ernesto Mercado, which
that's a good fight.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening because
that's a very good fight. It's too early for that fight
for both of them, right? Yeah,
way too early.
Luis Rodriguez is a fun name here. Michelle Rivera. There's a lot. Jakumbayev, who fought against Subriel Matias, obviously.
I would
stay
say
away from this dude, by the way. I was telling you about Araceli Alvarez ahead of the Olympics, who I bet at like plus 1,000 to win a gold medal. He's gonna go because he's Cuban and he's already like in his late. Is he in his late 20s? He might be in his mid 20s. Let me check. But he's gonna be rising up quick. He's 25 actually, so he's not as old as I thought he was. He's 5-0 already. He's gonna be really fucking good. That's who you go with Emiliano Vargas against. Not yet.
You know what? If I'm Emiliano Vargas, I'm looking at a guy like Jermaine Ortiz or Steve Claggett. Then I'm fighting a guy like Fierro. And then maybe I'm fighting a tricky fight, a tough fight like Sandor Martin. And then I'm getting a title shot.
Oh.
That would be my path.
I like that path.
I've thought about this. I've thought about this before we got on the show, guys.
Yeah, he needs like a fun ranked guy first.
Yeah, and Sandor Martin is like one of the toughest fights that any fighter can get because he's so crafty, he's so tricky, and he can win any fight. Like that's not a given that he'll win that fight.
He's a left-handed Jermaine Ortiz. Because Jermaine Ortiz, I think, is the same version of him, but orthodox. Although he does switch. He's a technician after all. To me, the most fun Emiliano Vargas fights that make sense coming up. If you're being realistic, not like pie in the sky shit, you're moving him along too quickly. I think Elvis Rodriguez is a good one. I think Cletus Selden is a good one. I think Jakumbayev is a good one here as well. Because these are guys like you can see him go toe-to-toe with them. And then put him against somebody tricky, to your point, like a Jermaine Ortiz or a Sandor Martin, maybe. If I'm Ardo Barbosa, I don't want this fight, but I could see them calling him and being like, yo, like, you know, this could be a pathway for you to get back into, you know, title contention. But I also think Barbosa could easily fight like Alberto Puello, as you mentioned. And I think that's a of all the fights we just talked about, that's a fucking great fight that you made. Like a great hypothetical. Fight. Both guys who just lost title opportunities where it's like, okay, if you win, you can get right back into the title picture. And if you lose, you might start getting fed. You might start, you know, getting fed to prospects now. Puello versus Barbosa is great. And then the loser would fight Emiliano Vargas after he wins his next fight.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. And like Emiliano Vargas, like the way that he's fighting right now, and he's still very, very young, and we have a small sample size, but he's going to be that guy in this division, and he's going to have a title. Like he's going to be that good, and we're going to be talking about him a little bit more. Foxy says, "Is Arthur Canadian?" I can never pronounce his last name. He is because he fought at the Pan Am Games.
Arslanov?
Yes.
I might be Americanizing it a little bit.
Arslanov. I don't know. I can't say it. However, he fought for Canada at the Pan Am Games. I think, when was it? I think it was before COVID. Pretty sure he did.
Could have been 2019. The Pan Am Games did happen in 2019. I think also 2017. So
2015.
2015 also. Yeah.
Okay, so it might have been 2015 if I remember correctly, because I do remember watching it on television. Now, all right, guys. We got to get to.
See these rankings?
Yeah, number 10 for the WBA, is it?
No, the WBC. BC. Yeah. That's an interesting fight too.